Hey guys, Mr. Colvin here with a special invitation for our 5th grade parents to come and join us on November 27th from 4 to 7 p.m. for our middle school open house. It's going to be a great time of talking about the great things we're going to be doing for middle school in our next semester and next year, and also an opportunity to ask any questions that you might have as parents for what's coming up. But before we get there, I want to take a minute to give you kind of a preview of coming attraction. I'm one of those guys that I always love seeing what's coming next when you go to the movies. Well, here's the Bethany version of that. First of all, let me talk about some cool things that are happening. We're going to be announcing this tomorrow, but we're going to kind of give you a preview today. First of all, we realize as a school that we have and want a commitment to developing our kids academically. As of this week, we became affiliated with Duke University and their TIP program. Now, for those who don't know, TIP is a Talented and Gifted Identification Program. Essentially what it is Duke University has a commitment to identifying gifted kids that score 95th percentile on standardized testing, that may need or want some extra enrichment. Now, we honestly believe at Bethany that that's one of the best tracks for our kids coming up. So we'll actually be identifying our kids that in the previous year are in the 95th percentile or above, and we'll actually be recommending to the parents that they be part of the TIP program. Now, what that program does is it gives extra enrichment, it gives extra opportunity for classes. It gives kids an opportunity to be pushed academically, which is really what we want for our kids within grades 4 through 8. It also offers opportunities to study at Duke University for summer, and it also opens up opportunities for standardized testing for PSAT early. Now, as a middle school, that's really important. That allows our kids to thrive academically and still be part of what we do here. Second of all, as of this week, we are developing a chapter of the Junior National Honor Society. That's right, here at Bethany, your kids can be recognized for the good service and the good work that they do as a member of National Honor Society. That's huge. That allows us to recognize our kids that are going above and beyond. Those are just two of the things that are coming up with our school and that we're announcing this week. But here's some other things that I'd like to talk to you about as well. There's a lot of question about size. Currently our middle school has 33 students. And to a lot of people that sounds like that's a detriment, but that's actually a benefit and a blessing. One of the things about middle school students is that they go through one of the most difficult periods of their time when they're in school in middle grades. That's why the middle school teams were created. One of the ways that we deal with that here is that we have that small scale, and that scale exists so that we can actually meet kids where they are, mentally, socially, academically, spiritually. And I think we do a really good job with that. As a school, our vision is never to grow any larger than that. Our max cap for middle school is 75 kids. That means that that's where we are capping the numbers. That allows us to do things like sports and do it competitively. That allows our kids to have enough social variety and enough people that they can grow socially. But it doesn't overextend us. And as a school, that's really what our focus is. We want to do what is best for kids. So that small scale works to allow us to develop kids for what is best for them. Now, we understand that some of our kids are arts kids. We know some of our kids are strong academically, and we know that some of our kids are strong in the sciences. And that's pretty typical within a middle school. So let me take a minute to tell you some of the things that we see happening with our middle school academy. Now, first of all, we see ourselves as becoming an academy. So starting in the next year, one of the things that we are doing as a redesign is that we are focusing on the arts and the sciences. Right now we're in the process of developing arts and science classes, electives, as well as after-school clubs and activities. In fact, I believe in this so much that I'm actually teaching a theater class starting next semester, because I think that that is one of the things that just makes us unique. We've got science and art kids that are part of our campus and part of our program. And we want to push them where they are. We want to give them opportunities for enrichment, for growth, so that they can grow where their talents are. Okay? We're also in the process of developing some other opportunities for our kids. We're evaluating some things such as our trip every year for our 8th graders. And we're asking the question, can we do better? And I think we can. So we're talking about what that might look like to make a larger trip, to develop it so that we go to different places. We're also in the question of asking ourselves, what does it mean when a Bethany kid graduates from us? So we have a phrase, and you've heard me say it before, but from Bethany to the East Valley and to the world, all students prepared in Christ for successful futures. Now, guys, I think that's really important, because one of the things that we see as for our 8th grade students is that when they leave Bethany, they are prepared not just for one school or another, but for the world. So that's what we have coming up. That's what we're doing. But we want you to come hear more about that. So on November 27th, we're going to be sharing more about that. We want you to come ask questions because we want to see whether or not your kid fits into that, and whether or not you want to be part of what we're going to do next. Thank you guys for your time, and as always, go Bobcats. Have a good day.